Hello, this is Gray Hughes. You may have seen the recent video I made where I used the railroad spike in one of Cheyenne's images. She's an individual who was apparently on the Mononhigh Bridge not too long after Abby and Libby were on the bridge, and the subsequent video of the so-called bridge guy or suspect in the case of Abby and Libby. I have no doubt in my mind at all that the person that Libby filmed is responsible for their deaths. Well, in that video that I created the other day, I determined a rough time frame of around 3 to 3:10 of the time that image was taken. Even though we've seen a timestamp on it at 3:49, apparently what she told Anthony Greeno was that she uploaded the image after she got back to the parking area. So she didn't upload it as she took the image, and it seems to line up with how the shadows are appearing. But what I thought we would do today is compare the shadows to the other two known Snapchat images to see if they are consistent with the way the shadows would be lined up. Okay, so look at, here's the one with Abby in it that apparently was taken at around 2:07. You can see that the shadow's kind of at an angle this direction. Okay, it's not straight across like this. Well, you know what we could do here is we can actually make this bigger and make it as a representation of her. Okay, so let's take that and make it much larger. Let's just say that's her, and then let's render that. And look at that, see? Basically on this railroad tie here, and then the shadow goes off. But let's make that, let's put her right on the gap, just how she is in the image. Right there. And if it's exactly on the right time, I would think that the shadow should go, let's take a look at her image one more time. So her foot is on this railroad tie, her left back foot, and then her front right foot is on this one. So I'm putting her body center on the gap in between, and it looks like, based on that, the shadow should just barely hit that if I have everything exactly to scale and everything. So let's do the rendering here, and look at that. Yep, this is this railroad tie, and it goes right in on the edge of that one. So I think that this right here proves that the image with Abby in it was taken around 2:07. Okay, and the other image, I looked at the full length of the bridge. It's consistent with that. So if you take a look at this one and you zoom in, this one would have been prior to that. If you zoom in, you can see that the shadow is on this side right here, not right on the edge here. So it's taken around the same time, and if you have to picture it being reversed with the image of Abby for the shadow. Okay, so I think that's consistent with it. I can't find anything to really compare it to, but to me it makes sense. That image was taken prior to the image with Abby in it, and those times are consistent. The shadow of the bridge guy is too hard to determine because of the low angle. Now I'll take a look at the video of it, because when you see a video you can see the shadow, and then we can determine if it's what angle that is. If it's just straight across, then wow, that would be 3 o'clock. But I think it's going to match. It's going to be slightly more south on the shadow than these images, because I think the bridge guy was there at about, I think 2:20-ish is about when he was on the southeast side of the bridge heading towards the girls. So it should be, the shadow in his case would be slightly more south than this. All right, so that's all I got for you on this update. So until next time, everybody, be safe out there.